Somewhere in a forest, far away from Beach City, a ship's legs planted themselves onto the ground, crushing and pushing any trees under them. Aside Apache Tears was pacing in a circle waiting for Spinel to reform. The room she was in had multiple science equipment, along with a giant green screen at the right side of the room with a control panel below it. "Come on, you blasted gem," Apache Tears grumbled. "I need to get this started already." She continued to pace a bit more until the gemstone finally glowed and floated up. Apache Tears stopped, but although a little puffed out, when the upside-down gem turned right side up. Spinel reformed, letting out a giggle, and her arms collided around her waist and launched herself in for a hug. The black and white gem groaned on the impact as the white light faded from Spinel, except her hair was in two heart-shaped buns. Her colors brighter, wearing a white top and puffy pink shorts, pink pants, and her shoes were round and squishy. She was wearing a white top, and her big eyes were black and pie-cut, reading nothing but pure innocence. "Yippee! I'm so excited to meet you!" Spinel greeted joyfully. Apache Tears blinked in surprise, but smiled. "Oh, my dear Spinel, I'm so glad you're all right." Spinel, only having reformed a few seconds ago, didn't really understand. "What? Is this the game we're playing?" "The game?" The black and white gem baffled. "Rubbish! This is no game. I saved your life from a monster who inflicted all these gems and brought them to this disgusting planet. He shattered the diamonds to have come this far. Far enough to hurt such a poor, unfortunate gems like you." "Ha, what? Spinel's smile crooked. Apache Tears sighed. "Wow, the rejuvenator of mine really took all your memories away. Or maybe he just really taken all your memories away and I did was remove your contamination." Spinel's demeanor had dropped into something more afraid and worried. "Who's he?" Apache Tears lowered her chin. "He goes by the name Steven Universe." "So Steven Universe?" Spinel was confused. "He doesn't sound that bad at all." "Exactly." Apache Tears grabbed her by the shoulders. "He's fooling everyone to come see him so he can inflect his gems with his sickly contamination, along with hundreds of humans on this planet, and now Steven's going to carry out into an entire galaxy. Shattering diamonds was just like the start." Her grin stretched unnaturally wide. "But we can end it now. We can both have it in each other in this, Spinel. With your skills and my intelligence, we could take him down, and we'll be hailed for heroes." Spinel wasn't so sure about this, slowly backing away from the other gem. The black and white gem stared in Spinel's eyes, finding nothing but hesitance in her eyes. Sighing and paced Spinel down and looked away. "All right, Spinel, suit yourself. Go ahead and leave me alone here, with no friends, no diamond to go to. Leave me out here to die, and that's fine by me." Feeling immense guilt, Spinel shook her head, grasping Apache Tears' shoulders. "Wait!" Holding her grin, Apache Tears turned to face the gem. "What?" "Oh, okay, I won't leave you. I'll help you." Apache Tears lit up. You will?" "Yeah, I promise to stay by your side." "Oh, Spinel," the black and white gem whispered before embracing Spinel tightly. "Thank you so much. I promise you that you will not regret this." "What do you mean you haven't heard of Apache Tears?" Stephen exclaimed. Bismuth can only shook her head. "I'm sorry, Stephen. I just never heard of that kind of gem." "Neither have I," Lapis shrugged. "Or me," said Peridot. Stephen then glanced over at the orange gem walking up the stairs. "Jasper, what about you?" Jasper just stood there and blinked, having no idea what they were talking about, or even she didn't know who Apache Tears was. Stephen groaned in defeat, looking over to Ruby marching around Sapphire. "I have no idea what she's up to, but she did something weird to me, and that gems took Spinel away." "Weird?" asked Peridot. "She then hit us with this." Stephen pulled out a weapon and was about to press the switch to activate it, but Bismuth snatched away. "Hey, be careful with that. This is a rejuvenator." She carefully activated the weapon. Homeworld uses it to turn things into gems that started stepping out of the line, and one of this, then they're back to how they made you. So everyone stared at Ruby and Sapphire, and Red Gem blocked the prophet away from them, narrowing her eyes. "So that's why Pearl saw Greg as her owner, and MFS was copying us," Stephen concluded. Jasper began to laugh. Pearl? As Greg's servant? Ha ha ha! That's amazing. Lapis angrily shoved orange gems aside. Jasper, now is not the time, Jasper humphed as he turned away. Oh my stars, Peridot panicked, then stood from bismuth. Who knows what could have happened if we had touched it? I could have lost all my character development. Wait, how did you survive being hit from that thing, Stephen? Stephen blinked in realization. I didn't think, I think my human half kept me from poofing, but my gem half, it took the hit. She sent me back. It's like I'm a kid again. I could barely control my powers. He tried to summon his shield, but only for it to glitch and fade again. How do I fix this? Bismuth deactivated the rejuvenator and handed it back to him, and Stephen gripped it. Oh no, do I need to get the diamonds? You're the one with healing powers, Lapis said. And if anyone could fix it, it's you. How is that going to help him? Jasper pointed out. Stephen walked over to the balcony. I can't believe this is happening. For the first time in years, the world's being threatened again. I don't even know what Apache Tears is going to do. He sniffled as tears formed in his eyes. If only if I tried harder, maybe I could have saved them, and Spinel wouldn't have been taken away. She'd know what to do. The teen wrapped his arms around himself, most likely wishing to feel Spinel's arms coiled around him, making him feel safe and evolve. Bismuth, Jasper, and Lapis and Peridot looked on, concerning flashing in their eyes. Stephen eventually brightened up after a while. Right, okay, we have to put our heads together. There's gotta be some way to make them remember. When he turned to face the two reset gems, and he to the other gems examined him. You're doing a wonderful job, spoke Sapphire. Ruby blushed. Thank you, my Sapphire. Peridot tapped her chin, and then got an idea. That's it. Maybe we can figure out the pieces of their experience and make them see the picture, like puzzles Spinel showed me. She pulled up a screen of a puzzle, and the pieces combined together to form a rectangle. Hey, Peridot, Stephen brimmed with a smile. That just might work. If we could just show them or tell them what they've been through, they might remember everything. One piece at a time. But that will take forever, Lapis complained. Jasper snorted. It's better than nothing. Exactly, Stephen nodded. So let's get started. As Ruby continued to proudly guard Sapphire, Stephen, as well as the other crystal gems, were figuring out a way to get Garnet back. So, Stephen explained out loud, when Ruby and Sapphire first became Garnet, Ruby rushed in to save Sapphire from danger, and bam, they fused. So maybe we've just got to create some sort of dangerous situation. Oh, I'm good at being in a dangerous situation, Jasper chuckled, and summoned her helmet. Stephen's eyes widened slightly. Oh, that's right. Since Pearl isn't here, I guess you're the closest thing that, well, helped me get to meet Ruby and Sapphire. Jasper shrugged. That was years ago. Now then, she stood up and strode over to reset the gems. Hey, weaklings. Ruby then stopped and faced her, standing in front of Sapphire. Halt! I cannot allow you to approach my Sapphire. Oh, really? Jasper smirked. Then fight me. Show me what you got. Bismuth then became nervous and whispered to the others. I do hope she's not going to get carried away. Well, now you can be, Jasper. Still surprised she's even joined us. Lapis snarked quietly. Stephen then sighed. Look, if things get out of hand, I'll handle it. Ruby summoned her gauntlet. All right, you asked for it. She made a battle cry and rushed towards the orange gem, only to helplessly punch at her leg. Jasper was definitely amused by this, as Sapphire made a comment. I predict you won't be able to protect me from the Jasper. What? Ruby turned around, only to be a smack away and landed on the ground. Stephen, Bismuth, Lapis, and Peridot readied themselves, hoping Jasper wasn't going to actually hurt them. Sapphire made no movement as Jasper stepped slowly towards her. What's the matter? Already predicting that you'll be shattered by the best gem soldier from the homeworld? Sapphire remained frozen. Jasper grinned. So be it then. She then threw her head back, ready to strike her helmet onto the blue prophet. Instantly, the two others were about to run over and stop the orange gem, but were stopped as Ruby cried out, No! As if time had slowed down before Jasper could attack. Ruby jumped into Sapphire's aid, and they looked into each other's eyes, beginning to glow. After a few moments, Garnet reformed, except she had the form when Ruby and Sapphire first fused, her colors and her outfit appearing to be mixed up with blue and pink poofy hair as cotton candy. Other than the crystal gems gasped and stared in awe. Jasper dispelled her helmet. Did I do that? Garnet! Steven rushed over to the fusion. Garnet, you're back! He tried to give her a hug, but when she backed away, he lifted his head. Thank goodness it's you. However, Garnet was still confused, holding her cheeks. But what's going on? Steven tried to begin to explain desperately. Everyone's memories are wiped. Spinel's been stolen, and my powers are messed up. We need your help. What should we do, Garnet? I'm sorry, but Garnet mumbled. Do you know me? Steven's joy flattered. Great, Jasper humped. Still, she doesn't remember. All that for nothing. Bismuth patted her back. No, Jasper, you did wonderful. We just, needed the rest of the pieces down for them. Just then they heard a car honk, and they turned around out to see Greg's van with the lion sleeping atop. Drove up to them. Pearl then stepped out of the van, placing a step stool on the red carpet at the back of the van. She summoned a little trumpet and blew it. Attention, everyone, Pearl declared, holding the door handle. Greg Universe has arrived. Once she opened the door, Greg stumbled out of the van and ran over to them. Steven! Jasper then broke into laughter and mockingly clapped. Congratulations, Greg. You have your own personal Pearl oof. Her side was then shoved again by Lapis. Brushing off what Jasper said, Greg then looked at Steven in panic. Have you seen Amethyst? What? I told you to watch her, yelled Steven. She must have wandered off while I was wrestling my laundry hands out of pearls. Greg then paused when he saw Pearl cleaning the hubcaps of his van. Pearl, you don't have to do that. I own a car wash. He ran over to stop her. Steven then turned to Bismuth. I need to go and find Amethyst. Can you watch Garnet? Yeah, sure, nodded Bismuth. But it looks like she's doing a pretty good job watching herself. She gestured over to Garnet, who was staring at her own body. Jasper walked over to her, and the fusion backed away. Thanks, said Steven, walking over to the lion, climbing onto his back and telling him where he needed to go. Hold on for me, Spinel, Steven thought to himself as Lion ran towards Beach City. We'll be together again before you know it.